Good morning. We are here today. We are here today. Accountability call 75. 75, child. We are bulldozing out to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
75 hard, 75 easy, 75
exactly. 75
75
strong. Okay.
struggling, 75 resilient,
Struggle. Yes.
75
Indeed.
anyhow, anyway
Right.
we
Anyhow,
can.
we can, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then today is a anyway, anyhow type of day. Like, it really is.
Facts.
Ah, so ladies. Well, see, you say you in a good mood. How you do?
Listen, I'm in a good mood today, but I don't know if y'all remember last week. I was on here crying. Okay,
Yeah.
I was just on here full tears. Um, and what I did was, and I recommend everyone do this, everyone on the call and everyone in the world. Um, Make ChatGPT your therapist. Okay.
Girl. Yes.
ChatGPT in my house is now known as Chad Van Zant. Um, it's always been Chad. The way Chad gave me some therapy last week, I had to put some respect on Chad's name and give it my favorite life coach, Iyanla
Mm,
Benz's last name, because
mm,
Chad put in the work last week.
mm.
And so what that process looked like for me was step one, I just typed everything I was thinking and feeling into Chad, just as is. No filter, everything that I was feeling, the situation, my kids were gone, which probably is when I always have my little breakdowns because I can finally
Yes.
break down.
Well, honey.
For my single parents out there, you got to just keep it together while you have your kids. But if
Woo.
you ever that break, baby, I breaks. Okay.
Mhm.
So I just kind of type everything that I was thinking, feeling what the situation was in my business and my home life, energy wise, frequency, all of these things. I just typed them up. And I like to try to be efficient. So I asked Chad 3 questions. Number one, what do you think is going on? Number two, ask me 5 to 7 additional questions to uncover more, outside of what I had already shared. And number three, give me some steps to move forward. Step one had me, okay? Step one had me in tears because what Chad was able to call out for me and just really crystallize was the fact that I was grieving, and not grieving a person, but grieving the reward that I feel like I had earned through hard work that had not yet come. Okay. So I've been in this entrepreneurship thing for 3 years. Started multiple businesses at one time because I'm crazy. And those businesses are all at different levels, but none of them are at the level where they could fully, you know, um, sustain me financially. But I've been putting in work. So it's like, hard work gets you, the big rewards. And I wasn't getting those big rewards, or just not yet. And so just the whole process that Chad walked me through to validate my feelings, to really help me see what was going on. We even went through like a little release exercise. It allowed me to dig deeper and uncover the things that like I didn't even realize was happening. And that really was the catalyst for an amazing week. So that was on Monday afternoon. And Tuesday morning, I woke up and I felt better, but not good.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's enough, right? Like sometimes we were trying to rush to get to the good, and it's like, one step at a time, one day at a time. But even in that feeling better, I was able to dig deeper, and I realized just how deep my perfectionist self is. We've talked a lot about imposter syndrome, but boy, that perfectionist in me was kicking in real hard, and it made literally every single task I had to do 1,000 pounds heavier. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, sending one email felt like lifting a 50-pound weight, and I
Mm-hmm.
had at least 5 that it needed to go out immediately. So I wasn't able to move on those things because I just had, we have these ideas in our head of how things are supposed to go that we made up. Either we are telling ourselves that, or we took some information that someone else said and we now applied it to ourselves, and we can hold ourselves to this standard that is really not sustainable long term. Not saying we can't do it sometimes, but it's not sustainable long term. And releasing that perfectionist boulder was the biggest weight that I could lose, that really allow space for me to be able to move. And once I removed the perfectionist weight, then I stopped beating myself up about what I wasn't getting done. I stopped beating myself up about timelines, and I made space or gave myself permission to make mistakes in the process. But as long as I was moving, and moving forward, then that was the win. So this week I'm trying to continue to move in that space. I mean, it definitely uncovered some fears that I didn't know that I was kind of catering to. And those things still exist. So this week I'm trying to push through those fears and just be like, yo, let's get it. Those fears are around vulnerability and visibility, not wanting to share with people kind of the brokenness or the messy parts. And yeah, in order to get where I'm going, I gotta tell the whole story. So I'm in a good place today, but I share that with you all, as understand you have a resource. Even if you don't have a current therapist, baby, Chad Van Zandt will get you together and continue to like speak to it, right? As you're progressing, because I went back in on day 2, or at some point it was like, are you ready to send an email? And I was like, nope, I think I'm done working for the day. I'm gonna go take a bath. And it was like, you know what, that's a good idea, right? Yes. And then the next day I came back, was like, okay, Chad, like I feel better, but I don't feel good. I feel vacant. Chad was like, good job, right? And so utilize that resource to help you get out of your head and get out of your own body, because it was definitely beneficial to me. So I'm in a good place for those reasons.
Listen, I'm about to have to be on chat today. Kiki Von Zandt.
There you go.
It's gonna be that today, because I am in a space where I'm like, there's so many, like I was talking to my husband about project management. I don't even know. When did I learn project management? I don't know. Maybe it's college is what teach you project management, because you got a lot of things to do in college, and each of them have, a couple of steps. So I was talking to him about how, like, there are big projects that we're working on. Like, there's a combination of, like, I literally am about to try to wipe the slate clean financially so that I can rebuild financially this year. I am trying to get my house in order to prepare to move somebody in here in 6 months so that we can move out, right? We are preparing to move out of the country, right? Like, which is a whole separate step. Like, getting the house rented is a whole separate step from setting up a life somewhere else abroad, right? Like, I have trips that we're launching for Deeper Than Travel next year. Trips are next year, but we're launching them in the next couple weeks, right? I have my digital marketing that I'm still trying to do, because that is the trickle of income that I see, and that chat has kicked me in the butt and been like, this is the fastest way to income right now. So having to implement the steps for that. I'm homeschooling my 2 daughters who are 3 and 5. Like, and I'm just like, and then there's just normal admin stuff like ordering groceries, right? Like, just normal stuff like reading your mail, right? Like, just, and I'm just like last night I was sitting in the bed and I was reflecting, trying to let go of the idea of I need to get something done right now. Now, this weekend was hair weekend, which literally is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for me in order to get through all of these heads. And at 10 o'clock when I put my daughter to bed, my brain was like, girl, you got a lot of stuff to do. You might as well stay up all night. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna stay up all night. I'm not gonna stay up all night. And I wanted to write my reflection, and my husband wanted to go to sleep. So I was like, let me go downstairs and write it. Girl, next thing I know, I was on social media. And like, I had an awareness that I was on social media, but I could not stop myself. I could not go to bed, right? And as I reflected on it today, I was like, it was a combination of, you know, the point you were at, Z, like, you know, when your kids are gone, that's when you break.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm about to be on here crying.
I mean, we each get a week. Your turn. Pass the cross stick.
Like,
Here, y'all. This is a space for
I'm
emotions.
like, with our new schedule, right? With our new schedule, and the fact that my parents are here, I haven't had a break since Wednesday until last night, right? And so I feel like I was just in that space where I was like, I just need to take a moment and let my mind do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to that, it was like my brain was just like, yo, like, there's so much to do, and we have this moment to do it right now, but there's so much to do, we just can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's so many things that we could just go with right now, like that. There's no way to select the thing, and it's probably the perfectionism is like wanting to select the best thing or the most efficient thing or the right thing. I suppose just doing something, but yeah. So I just ended up next thing you know, I was up till 4 a.m. doing nothing. Now, I did find a good skincare line. If you never heard of it, it's called Daddy Butter. Amazing. You gotta check it out. Skincare, Black man, all natural. Just I'll be ordering. But yeah, so now I'm like here, and it's 10:41 on Monday, and I didn't wake up till 9 o'clock, and now it's 10:41, and I got to homeschool, and so it's just like the cycle over and over again. So I feel like doing nothing, right? I feel like doing nothing all day, but I'm just like, let me talk to Kiki and see how we can find our strength and then find our strategy, which is what I called this, which is interesting because I feel like, Z, that's what you did last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got that from a sermon that one of my mentors sent me, and he was talking about how sometimes we're looking for the next thing to do, but God is just telling us to get your strength. And sometimes he's not going to strengthen you because you're a mature Christian. You have to strengthen yourself. So he's like, you do the things to strengthen yourself. You go to prayer, you go to worship, you sing to God, you know, like he's not going to give you the thing. Like you need to strengthen yourself. You do your affirmations, right? You go to Kiki, right? Just doing the things. And I feel like that's what I'm going to have to do today is really just be like, all right, don't worry about what to do today. Like just focus on finding my strength in order to be able to stand up straight in this cyclone of things. So that I can even just see all the pieces or some of the pieces and take a step forward. You know, it makes me think, for some reason my mind just flashed like, you know, somebody who's in like a wheelchair, like old people, like when they're getting up, like they got to like stand up strongly first before they can start walking. And I feel like that is me today, child. So I will be on the Kiki.
Yeah. And lay it all out, because what I realized during our call is that I was talking to Kiki, Chad, whatever we're going to call him, about work and work strategies. And I hadn't put in anything about life and all those other things. So when Chad was telling me this is what you need to be doing, it didn't know that I had all of these other things that were swirling. Right. So you're listening to Chad tell you need to work on this digital strategy, but you ain't told him that you ain't ordered groceries and that your mama gone and that you plan on moving out of the country. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't even have the full picture. But I also realized that I feel like a lot of times I work on a scale of 0 to 100, of 0 and 100, of doing nothing and doing all of the work, not realizing there are so many things in the middle that count as moving forward, right? Like, like the fact that, I mean, your body is telling you, man, we can't do nothing. and you still like, well, I'm gonna do something. And your body like, oh, okay, what you gonna do is scroll, So like there, but
Right.
you don't realize that you are, not even honoring your own body telling you, I need a break. You said you ain't had a break since
Right.
Wednesday. And you like, well, I got time. I need to work right now. And it's like, baby, you said you need a break. So tell Kiki all of the things so that they can, help you sort out all of the things. But I would just remind everyone that as an entrepreneur, doing the work of entrepreneurship is not the only work that you have to do. You have to do the work of resting. You have to do the work of just being a person, being a mom, being a wife. Those things count too. And those are things that we don't always seek help on, or we don't value them at the same level. So whenever we're trying to do something, those things get left off of what needs to get done. And we just have this whole long list of, entrepreneurship type duties. So there's a lot more stuff that you could be doing that'll move you forward, including like this admin stuff, including resting, including, taking your break.
Mm-hmm. Eve, where you at?
Delulu land. I'm stuck in Delulu. I'm just hearing you just say all of the things that you need to do to be yourself, a mother, a wife, a friend, a business owner. I empathize and sympathize. I would just say even before on the call, I was like, when my personal to-do list gets higher than like my to-do list, I just end up being low-key distraught. So yeah, I've just been sitting, especially, with finding out that a friend passed away, like, last week, while celebrating the life of a friend, Inez, while celebrating the life of Nezzy at the same time, and another friend's birthday was this week too, and then the person who passed away birthday was also the past week as well too, abruptly. Like I've just been sitting in like life is meaningless and meaningful at the same time, and don't know necessarily how to operate, but I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep moving, I'm gonna keep pushing. So I really don't know how to say how I feel, to be quite honest. I might need an emotion wheel to help me figure out a word. But and yeah, no, I'm not gonna let myself down or the people that I love down. We have much to do to take care of ourselves, and we have much just being to live into, just being still and just loving on ourselves along with the work we have to do. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to be an example to myself and to my friends. Like, love on yourself and get your work done, because we always want a decision from changing the trajectory of our lives. Literally, all the things that you literally said, Nezzy, was like a decision that you made that is literally going to change the trajectory of your life. So like literally when you really think about it, on the other side of all those things that you have to do, knowing that there's more things to be done, it's looking like life is going to continue to be very amazing for you, because you're just making all these bold decisions. And so are you, Z, with the multiple businesses that you started and seeing what's sticking and moving forward with it and getting your clients and managing your life with your babies and taking care of yourself. Like we are in the ring. We are like actually in the ring doing the work. So that inner self critic could leave us alone. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Lord, child. These are the things of entrepreneurship. These are the things of betting on your abilities. I guess I would say, like, what are y'all planning to hold space for this week when it comes to like getting your strength? Yes. Just a second. Getting your strength, maintaining your strength as we do the thing.
Well, one, hold space. Like our times where we come together to like do work together is what's really important to me. So like we need to not play about these co-working calls, whether it is like I'm gonna come on the call and I'm not necessarily gonna work. I'm just gonna probably sit and read or drink tea or remember to eat, whatever. That's fine. Whatever it needs to be. So I think holding space as much as possible this week, making sure that we all show up, and myself, so to just be or do work. The other thing you literally said strength. Like I'm literally trying like a trial strength and conditioning training this week. Because I really need it for my body. It was like $40. I was shocked. That was gonna be like hundreds of dollars. So Monday to Thursday, 6 to 7, I need to be doing this strength training, like literally for myself and for my health. Um, and I would say last but not least, going to bed. I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed for my strength. Not sleeping. And then it just now don't make sense to me. If I'm not sleeping and moving things forward, it's really no. If I'm gonna fall back into like crazy workaholic tendencies, but that's the thing, I'm not falling back into that. I think I'm my body is literally in like, was it flight, fright, freeze? Was there another one? Something fawn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell my body is doing. She's doing all of the above at this point. Yeah, I need to go to bed. Like, what the hell? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Community, literally do strength training to hopefully tire my behind out to go to bed. Because then everything else will fall into place. I already know what I have to do.
I'm holding space for little. Okay. I'm holding space for little Zenitra. Big Zenitra don't care what nobody thinks. Big Zenitra is going to do what she wants to do, but little Zenitra cares.
Wait, is he frozen? Okay.
Am I frozen? Am I back?
Yeah.
Did you hear me? I was saying I'm holding space for little Zenitra because while Big Zenitra doesn't care when anyone else thinks, little Zenitra does. And sometimes, and that's where the perfectionist is coming in, right? Little Zenitra is trying to be perfect as a sign of her worthiness. So I'm holding space for her and I'm doing the things that she's scared to do, that she, in the ways that she wants to hide and not be seen. I'm like, girl, come on with me. We're going to be seen because, that's where the opportunities, resources, healing, and victory is on the other side. I'm not winning doing things alone or trying to figure it out on my own. And to your point, Inez, the resources have been identified. Like I know where they are. I just got to ask the right people or call the right people. And I've already gotten their permission to call. I just got to make the call. But I know that little Zenitra is scared. So every day I'm holding space for her and I'm showing up. I'm being vulnerable. I'm being visible. And that shit is terrifying for her. Yeah. It is terrifying, but I'm gonna do it every day. So I think that's the biggest thing. Everything else, I feel like for me can fall into place because, Big Zenitra is committed. Big Zenitra is disciplined. Big Zenitra can do 75 strong. But when Lil Zenitra is out of whack, baby, can't none of those things get done. So all of those other things will get done as I hold her hand.
I love it. It's funny because I opened up Facebook because for some reason I feel like I saw an alert last week that said you posted, and I was like, I didn't see Z's post. I don't know what she was posting about. So I go into Facebook and this is what shows up. Lil Zenitra. And
look at us. Come on, that's like 11th, 12th grade.
Little Inez.
Wait, why did Joey Clark post that? What is that? I'm so confused.
I have no idea.
How does he even have that picture?
I have no idea. Like,
oh, you know what, Inez? So because Joey posted it, I know it was either 11th or 12th grade, but I feel like we might have been on a campus connections trip. And maybe that's why Joey has the picture.
Oh, yes.
Maybe that's 11th grade because Joey's a year ahead of us. So that's 11th grade. We were somewhere up north, probably on the northern campus connection trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
he
got
posted,
a
that's a throwback. Wow, that's crazy.
throwback. Okay. Speaking of Lil Zanitra.
Woo! Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Okay. Hey,
I
girl.
see you. I got you.
Crazy. It's funny as I look at this, I'm like, I look a lot like an old picture of my bio dad in this picture. I'm like, wow, like, so I am also gonna hold space for Lil Inez this week. I am going as I feel like I'm going to. I really am like, to me that means like just talking more, probably to Kiki, about what I'm feeling, right? Through all the things. Like sometimes I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with homeschool. Sometimes I feel like I don't know what I don't want to respond to the emails about our real estate property because it's just too much. I don't want to go through my mail. Like just talking through the feelings and the emotions and just the heaviness. Or even just some of the excitements. Like my girls and Tawanda went on their first train ride in Philadelphia this weekend on Saturday, and we had such a great time. And it just like made me think about like when we are gonna be out in the world exploring full time, right? Where it's gonna be like the majority of our time we're together and we're doing new stuff and just that type of stuff. So I feel like I need to hold space for my feelings this week. And just hold space to be unproductive because my brain equates the holding of the space for my feelings or addressing my feelings and not checking off to dos as unproductive. And because I'm not at a place where I have resolved that tie, I just need to hold space to be unproductive. Be like, okay, we're just gonna be unproductive. Like we're just going to be unproductive because we are going to allow ourselves to just get our strength. And that means addressing the feelings, talking through the feelings, tapping into Lil Inez, just all of the things which may not check a box, right? But indeed it does allow me to move the needle forward in some way. So that's what I'll be doing this week. I'm about to screenshot this little photo, put it on my background, like Lil Zanitra, Lil Inez. Okay, listen.
Woo, child. Yeah, they both need each other right now.
They both need that.
They do everything else together. Come on,
get together, helpers. Get together. Okay.
Woo.
Okay. Alrighty then. Well, that's what we got for today, y'all. Listen, as we ride into 100 episodes of the Accountability Call, it's gonna be a little different, baby. It's gonna be a little different. Get ready, okay? It's gonna be a little different. Because sometimes the accountability is just this. It ain't even what did you do, B.
Let's tell the truth. It is this because Inez wasn't gonna have no call today.
I wasn't.
So being here, showing up, being like, come on, girl, we do that is part of accountability. It's not always the big check off stuff off the list. It's like, come on, I'm gonna walk your hand, I'm gonna hold your hand and walk with you through this because that's what we signed up to do. Yes. And we all have our weeks where we're like, and most of the time Inez is our leader being like, okay, the call is at this time, and we just be dragging ourselves on here. You're sitting there hoping, like, I hope she don't send the link. I hope she don't send the link.
Damn, she sent us the link.
That happens more than we have acknowledged. So what we get to do is return the favor and be like, okay, girl, send the link, right? So yeah, this is a part of it.
Yes, and I thank you for this on today. So, all right, y'all. Well, we'll be back, dragging it all. Okay, if we got to drag it. If we skip it, we will be back. Okay. We love you. Okay, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.